My clock says. The Ligurian Downtown Development Authority Board of Directors, Tuesday, May 12th, 2020. It is now officially 3 p.m. Could we have a roll call and determination of quorum, please?
Chairperson Burgess.
Here.
Treasurer Shell. Dr. Caruso.
Here.
Okay. Member Cole.
Here.
Member Horvath. Member Sparsha.
Here.
Who am I missing?
Joe.
Oh, yes, Joe is here. Member Young. I don't see
Here. Present.
Okay. All right, and we have excused Reard, Barnett, and Van Fleet. We do have a quorum if we use Member Young as the alternate.
Thank you. Thank you. Now on to approval of minutes. The first one, the DDA Board Special Meeting Minutes for April 7th, 2020.
I move to approve the minutes.
Support.
All right, just as a reminder, when you're making the motion and seconding the motion, say your name for Susan. That's easier for her.
Do you want me to go Monica Squarsha?
Yep. Got it. Okay.
All right.
Okay, are we ready?
Oh, where did you go? There you are. Yes.
Well, Kristen, we gotta get Kristen in.
Welcome, Kristen. Thank you.
All right. Anybody else on command? All right. Burgess.
Yes.
Caruso.
Yes.
Cole.
Yes.
Horvath.
Yes.
No Christian.
Parsha.
Yes.
Young.
Yes.
Motion carries 6-0.
Thank you. Now on to approval of minutes for the DDA Board Regular Meeting Minutes for April 14th, 2020.
Motion to approve.
Caruso approves it.
Caruso approved. Who seconds?
Support. Horvath.
Thank you.
Can we have a roll call, Susan?
Yes. Ted.
Yes.
Where's the dog?
Parsha.
Yes.
Young.
Yes.
Burgess.
Yes.
Caruso.
Yes.
Horvath.
Yeah.
6-0, motion carries.
Thank you. Appreciate that, Susan.
No problem.
Do we have any presentations today?
No, we do not have presentations.
On to call to the public.
Kristen, do you have any? Oh, I see James is here. Kristen, were there any emails?
Nope, no emails and no chat messages so far.
Okay.
Molly, did you want to read the statement?
Yeah, okay. For public comments, if you would like to, if anyone's watching on TV and they would like to call in, they can call 786-535-3211. And the access code is 501-318-541. Or you can email to office.lodda@gmail.com and just put public comment in your subject line, and we can read that at the end of the meeting. if we have not received them right now. And anyone watching on TV who would like to participate with this meeting, you can go to www.gotomeet.me/LODDA. And that'll bring you right into this meeting. For the meeting itself, for everyone who's participating, during discussion, if you could please raise your hand in front of the camera so that Debbie can see you. She'll call people who have raised their hands. Afterwards, if there are any phone calls, you'll state your name and Kristen will make that list and then let everybody else go in order for the phone calls. And then lastly, again, she'll have the emails that she can read. I believe that is all of our public comment information and discussion information.
Thank you. Now on to review and approval of agenda.
Sorry.
Motion to approve. Horvath. Monica Squarsha, support.
Roll call, Susan?
Young,
Yes.
Burgess,
Yes.
Caruso,
Yes.
Paul,
Yes.
Horvath,
Yeah.
Bell,
Yes.
Squarsha.
Yes.
Motion carries 7-0.
Thank you. We are now on to consent agenda. All items on the consent agenda are approved by one vote. That is the financial reports, director's report, marketing report, and committee minutes and work plan and event updates.
Motion to approve. Horvath.
Support.
Squarsha.
Roll call, please.
Caruso,
Yes.
Paul,
Yes.
Shell,
Yes.
Horvath,
Yes.
Squarsha,
Yes.
Young,
Yes.
Burgess.
Yes.
Motion carries 7-0.
Thank you. We are now on to financial matters. First item, bill approval, and that is page 67 of your packet.
I move to approve disbursements in the amount of $11,185.40 for the month of May 2020. Varsha.
Support, Burgess. Roll call, Susan, please.
Paul,
Yes.
Horvath,
Yes.
Shell,
Yes.
Young,
Yes.
Burgess,
Yes.
Caruso,
Yeah. Yes.
Squarsha.
Yes.
Motion carries 7-0.
Thank you. On to item number 2, budget amendment, street lamp post replacement. That is page 71 of your packet.
Okay, these were replaced, last month, and we need to take money from fund balance to replace the lamp posts. The amendment would be moving $13,600, into our street lighting, line item, municipal street lighting. So the motion will be to move the money and then also to forward the budget adjustment to village council for final approval.
Horvath, I make a motion to authorize a budget amendment moving $13,600 to municipal street lighting 248-260-921-000 from fund balance to cover the cost of the street pole replacement, and then to move to village council for approval.
I support.
Support Squarshaw.
Roll call, Susan?
Shell? Oh, great. Shell?
Yes.
Quarsha?
Yes.
Young?
Yes.
Burgess?
Yes.
Russo?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Horvath?
Yes.
Motion carries 7-0.
Thank you, Susan. We are on to item number 3, budget amendment, marketing for business promotion. That is on page 72 and 73 of your packet.
All right. During the budget meeting, you guys looked at the marketing plan, the annual marketing plan, and approved the budget for July through for the new fiscal year, for not this year. These are the costs for May and June to get those promotions going. And we've also kind of added some things in here for business promotions. Our original plan kind of had payment being shared by the business owners, and we're trying not to share any costs with businesses. We know that this is hard for everybody, so we're trying to get all of the promotions done on our own dime and not ask others. I'm going to mute everybody for a second because I'm hearing a lot of feedback here. Okay. So go ahead and unmute yourself if you need to talk, but we were getting a lot of feedback. All right. So what we've got, starting at the top, we've got Ligurian loyalty. This is for every $50 spent in downtown stores. We are mailing out $10 downtown dollars. And you can see that in the consent agenda. We've got a report for the Ligurian loyalty. It's in the events area. In the consent agenda, you can find that report in there and see what we've been doing. 20 Front Street's e-ticket. I'm just listing to you the bills that I know that we are going to be paying for this particular, for brand marketing. So the e-ticket is ongoing. It's something that we've been doing for a long time, and we're just continuing it. The Patronage Main Street Oakland County Business Assistance Crowdfunding Campaign. I'm hoping to start this week, and it'll go through Father's Day. We are trying to raise a minimum of $25,000 for small businesses in the DDA area. This money is going to be collected and dispersed by the Greater Rochester Area Foundation. And the funds can be used by our small businesses to help pay for rent, utilities, and products. And it's the only program that we offer that directly pays a business for this type of cost. Funds that come directly from the DDA, from our general fund, must be used for public good rather than individual, just like any other municipality or other agency that collects taxes. And I will be talking more about this crowdfunding campaign in new and old business, but I'm very excited about it. We have a virtual flower fair coming up May 29th and 30th. We've got a few businesses that are partnering with us. The purpose is to provide our businesses with an unusual way to promote to their customers. We are working in partnership with On TV, and they are going to come out and do some filming, and then they're going to program everything together into a show for us. And they'll use, they call it B-roll from past flower fairs to kind of give everybody great memories from times past when we've all been gathered together and happy. We are paying for the June issue of Orion Living Magazine. Nothing new there. And we've got the Ligurian Lucky Contest. It starts this week. And this is a contest where we are promoting shopping and encouraging social media engagement on our website, on our social media pages, and also on business pages. And we'll kind of change things weekly just to keep everybody excited. But customers will have a chance to win daily, Thursday through Sunday. And they are going to, the way they win is by earning points for different tasks. The tasks will vary from posting a selfie in downtown, posting a review about a business, liking pages, or participating in certain theme nights. Each drawing is for a gift card or products valued at $50 purchased by the DDA from downtown businesses. And originally we were going to be having this event kind of coincide with the late night block party that we were planning for during M24 construction. And we've kind of modified it to try to encourage continued business activity regardless of the circumstances that we're dealing with as things phase and more businesses are able to open. And then the last thing we're doing kind of aggressively are the signs. We want to remind all of our customers that businesses in downtown Lake Orion are open and how they can do business with them. Right now, we've got our lights off and the streets are empty, and under normal conditions, that would suggest that we're not open, but that is not the case right now. We are open, we're just open a little bit differently. And when people drive or walk through downtown, we want to remind them to shop locally and to provide specific information for them about how to do that at each business. We also are going to have signs along M24 to inform the public in general. We figure there's going to be a slowdown on M24, so we should take advantage of that and provide lots of reading material for those cars that are moving a little slowly. We will, I would like us to, this is new, I would like us to offer a how to do business kind of banner. We'd like to offer a grant reimbursing businesses up to $100 to get a banner or a sign that talks about how to do business with them. The total of all of the excuse me, I'm sorry. The total of everything that we want to do is going to take an extra $20,000, which I am proposing that we move from Flower Fair and also from Capital Outlay Beautification. Capital Outlay Beautification is the place where if we were to receive any grants, the money is shown there, plus $20,000 set aside for anytime we have to match funds in a grant. That's where that money has been stored. We didn't have any grants that needed to have matching, and so that money did not get used. So that's where I'm proposing that the funds come from, those two different accounts. Flower Fair, obviously, because we had to cancel it, and we have some expenses, but not as many as we normally would. And here is a spreadsheet that kind of goes over what we're looking at, itemized. I'm assuming that you guys can see this on your own screens. I need to turn off the screen so that we can have discussion. All right. That is all. Thank you. And Johnny is here to talk about events. James is here to talk about some of the marketing. So if you have questions, raise your hand so Debbie knows and she can call on you.
Lloyd, go ahead, please.
I think this is really great. But there was something that I don't know if this is the time to bring it up or not. And maybe I should have brought it up in the beginning when we were talking approving the agenda. But I'd really like the board to consider a sound system for the downtown area. And the reason I'm bringing it up is because, you know, with the social distancing going on, and I'm sure it's gonna, you know, be like that for quite some time. We're gonna really want to encourage people to be outside and walking on the sidewalks and so forth. I mean, some of the restaurants may end up having to put some of their tables outside depending on what happens, you know, in their situation, like whether or not they're gonna have to cut their capacity by 25 or 50%. So anyways, I just, I have no idea what a system like that would cost. But I just wanted to throw that out there for, you know, the board.
Lloyd?
Yes.
That's great. Can you share that later? Because right now we're on budget, amendment and we want to stay on the.
Okay, no problem.
Okay, thanks. Anybody have a comment? Molly?
I'll be addressing that. I will be addressing that, Lloyd. I just wanted to tell you that later on.
Okay.
Anybody have any comments or questions?
All right, I'm going to go back to the screen so we can read the motion. All right. Oh, Kristen's baby. Do you guys see that pretty baby? All right, so there's a few different motions that go along with this. The first one is to the budget amendment, just moving the money.
I'll read that one. To authorize the budget amendment moving 20,600 to brand marketing 248-728-888-000 by transferring $10,000 from event promo flower fair 248-729-880-007 and 10,600 from capital outlay beautification 248-726-975-001 and to authorize forwarding the budget adjustments to the village council for approval. Can you do both at one time or?
Support, Horvath.
Okay. Susan, can we have?
Well, you have to unmute them, yeah. Okay, we'll start again. Shell,
Yes.
Young,
Yes.
Burgess,
Yes.
Paul,
Yes.
Horvath,
Yes.
Caruso,
Yes.
Barsha.
Yes.
Motion carries 7-0.
Okay, and then we have the second motion.
Yes. Okay, so the next motion is for approving the annual marketing plan as presented. And this will include, contracts for the targeted digital ads and also for the billboard contract with Outfront Media. The billboard that we are that we'd like to rent is out on I-75. That should give us some really great exposure, regardless of what kind of business people are doing. We know they're traveling up and down I-75. And then the digital ads will be like what we've done in the past for hometown holidays, except we'll be doing this across 6 months instead of a very intense 2 months.
Okay, I'll read it. To approve the 2020-21 marketing plan as presented and authorized by executive director to implement the plan, to authorize executive director to sign contracts for 6 months of targeted digital ads with WCSX for $5,400 and a 3-month billboard contract with Outfront Media for $5,000 as part of the annual marketing plan as presented in the recommended and approved budget.
Support Horvath.
Susan, could we have a roll call?
Yes.
Is there any discussion?
Anybody want to discuss anything or have any questions?
I just had a question. The resolution for the sign and grant program, are we gonna do that separate or are we gonna add it to this one?
That'll be third.
Oh,
one.
okay, good. Okay, good. Great.
Anybody have any discussion? Susan, roll call, please.
Burgess.
Yes.
Russo.
Yes.
Cole.
Yes.
Horvath.
Yes.
Shell.
Yes.
Shell.
Yes.
Portia.
Yes.
Young.
Yes.
Motion carries 7-0.
Thank you.
Okay, last one. All right, this is the business sign and banner reimbursement grant and the incentives. So you can read the top part, recommended motion, and then the resolution will be added by Susan as a separate document.
Horvath, motion to approve the grant or the motion as written. I can't read it all because the baby will start crying, but as written.
Okay, Susan, you want me to read it aloud?
It's up, you can read it, go ahead.
Okay, so the written recommendation or motion that Kristen Horvath is presenting is to allocate $14,500 for the business sign and banner grant, and to allow this grant to be available from May 12th, 2020 to June 30, 2020, and to approve the business sign and banner reimbursement grant and incentives resolution.
Thank you.
Support.
Shell.
We have a
Any
support.
discussion?
I have a
Gotcha.
question.
Go ahead.
Yeah, how will these businesses that were,
Can you speak up, Lloyd?
I said, how will we notify the businesses that we're doing this?
We'll be sending out we'll be sending out newsletters. We'll have it on the Facebook page, and at the next business partners meeting, we'll talk about it again.
Okay,
Yeah, and then if we see, if there are businesses that are kind of not responding, we'll probably call them too to make sure they know. I mean, we know that everybody's feeling disrupted right now, so we are working really hard to contact people and make sure they know about all the things we're doing.
okay, and then who will we give the information to as far as what we would want on a sign or banner?
You'll work with the sign provider for all of that information, and then you send the invoice to us and we reimburse the business owner up to $100 for the sign.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Anybody else have a comment? Okay, so we can have roll call?
Horvath,
Support? Yes, sorry.
Michelle,
Yes.
Marcia,
Yes.
Young,
Yes.
Burgess,
Yes.
Russo,
Yes.
Oh,
Yes,
motion carries 7-0.
Thank you. Now we are on to facade grant application, tree side psychology.
All right, Tree Side Psychology has requested a partial facade grant. They're located in the northern part of the downtown center and they're in a historic home. This is the property, it was originally owned by Dr. Frederick Weiland, and then later on it was home to the teacher named Blanche Sims that we have named our local elementary school after. And they've been very dedicated to the upkeep and maintenance of their building. This is the first time they've asked for a facade grant. The design committee reviewed the sign grant in February and they requested some additional information. Jim then provided it. So the bottom line, the total maximum that the design review team felt that could be awarded was $2,760. What we currently have in our design facade grant account is $1,850. Previously, I believe Oaksoda was the last grant recipient, and they received $20,150, and that was distributed in December of 2019. So we're still in the same fiscal year, and we have $1,850 left over. We do have money in the facade grant account for next year. But it was, we were hoping to have a focus on grants for downtown lighting, but that is entirely up to you. So, so the way I have this grant written is, you know, either distribute the 1,850 or the total that we felt they could be awarded, which is 2,760. And then the other thing, normally we ask for that jobs get finished in 6 months. Kind of thinking that may not be realistic right now. It might be more realistic to give them a year to complete everything. I mean, obviously, it's probably not going to take a year, but we don't know if it will only take 6 months to get things done. So again, the amount that we have available for this year is 1,850, and the total award that we thought they were eligible for was 2,760.
I make a motion to award a facade grant not to exceed $1,850 to Jim Rowe, Tree Side Psychological Clinic, 45 North Lapeer Street, Ligurian, Michigan, 48362, and the following conditions. The grant may not be dispersed until receipt of work and payment has been received and verified, and the work must be finished by, what do you want to say, 5/12/2021?
That sounds good.
I support that. Caruso supports that.
Any discussion? Roll call?
yes,
Horvath,
Yes.
Michelle,
Yes.
Marcia,
Yes.
Young,
Yes.
Burgess,
Yes.
Russo.
Yes.
Motion carries 7-0.
Thank you. We are on to new and old business, the Patronicity Business Assistance Crowdfunding Campaign, and I believe that's on page 97 of your packet.
All right. Here it is. We have been waiting for, the need is high for our businesses. Everybody has been shut down and we all know that. This is our chance to, show our support. I'm trying to open, okay. Maybe I can have Kristen open the website in a little bit. This is a crowdfunding campaign that has been sponsored by Main Street Oakland County. They are going to match the first $4,000 raised. And the key to this success is going to be you, board members, making phone calls to your best customers, reminding them, how important we all know downtown Ligurian businesses are for our community, and having conversations with people that are committed to helping Ligurian businesses in our time of need. My pledge is going to be turning this hair green, one stripe for every $1,000 raised. I hope to have an entire green head by the time we're done.
Oh, no.
I think that'll be striking and dramatic, and I'm hoping to do a Facebook Live every time there's another stripe to add to my head. I would love it if, as business owners and as village council members, board members, if you could make a pledge too, and also do it as a Facebook Live so that people are aware of this campaign that we're doing. One suggestion that I would have is to dress up like a dragon and say thank you in the center of town at the end of the campaign. It's got lots of different costumes. I'm sure we can think of something, but if I could get a pledge from all of the board members today and village council members and business owners, I would really, really love to see that support for this campaign. And I'm very hopeful that people will have big hearts for our businesses, and this will go directly to them. Kristen, did you want to bring it up on a website to show everybody what it looks like? Oh, I have to make you a presenter. Just a moment. Okay.
This is
All right. Go ahead, Kristen. Nope, it's all right.
Okay, this is what our campaign page is going to look like. We have our goal of $25,000 up, starting, I believe it has to start by the 15th, and then it's going to run until June 14th. We're able to increase that goal if we meet it before our deadline. So, that's also encouraging. You can just keep going and going and going until we hit our goal. We have different giving levels to make it easier for donors to make a donation to our local businesses, starting with $0, which is just sharing the campaign on their social media platforms. If they're not in a position to donate money, they can at least help spread the word and raise awareness for this campaign. From there, it goes up to $10, to $50, $100, $250, $500, and $1,000. And at each level, there are incentives like downtown dollars, Ligurian loyalty, swag, t-shirts, koozies, And if you give $1,000, you'll get your name on a brick in Children's Park. But I will do you want me to read this or just kind of scroll slowly, Molly?
I think, I provided all the text that you see here, minus the gift levels. I include that, but everything else is in the packet. So we don't have to really go through this, but we had some fun with the names that, and descriptions we made for the gift levels. Dragon and Guardian and Legendary. We were just having some fun with this. But one thing that I wanted to point out is this is something that when we were looking at the way other business or other communities were distributing this money, what I felt kind of would resonate the best with us. Okay, I'm going to turn off your screen now, Kristen. Okay.
Okay.
At least I think I am.
Let me see.
Thank you. Okay. The money raised will be distributed equally amongst all of the businesses who apply. And that's, the only restriction that we provided, and this is a draft, so if we need to change something, we can change it before we go live. We can change it, today and tomorrow. But we were, when we were thinking about our businesses, we wanted it to be our small businesses. But we didn't want it to be corporations or franchises or any of the kind of larger organizations that we've got a few, and we know that they're getting support from their main company. So we're trying to help those businesses that provide so much character for our downtown, and they make us who we are. That's the money we want to raise money for, and our decision was just to, once it all comes in, it gets distributed evenly amongst the people who have applied. Thank you. That is what I have.
Do we have a motion?
Go back to the motion.
I'll make the motion, to approve, the participation in MSOC's, Patronage crowdfunding campaign, and to authorize the executive director to purchase the prizes not to exceed $800. And I'll also make a pledge to wear a dragon costume at the end of the event.
Thank you.
Support, Horvath.
Any discussion?
Are there any other pledges? I guess we could do roll call.
So I have a discussion. So is the program like a grant thing for local business to get money for the business? I'm confused what the rising, the crowdsource funding is for, the $25,000. Is it a grant towards business who want to promote their business?
This money is for our businesses, and it will be for whatever they need it to be.
Okay.
This is the only program that we can offer where if what they need is rent, they can use the money towards rent. If they need it for utilities, if they need it to restock, fine, whatever it is. Yeah.
That's a great idea.
All right.
I'll pledge $100 for the campaign.
Wonderful. As soon as it goes live, you can
Go online. Yeah.
go online and do it. No dragon, Tim?
Dragon? How do I get a dragon? What do I do? Do we have to get a costume or something? Or I don't have any hair to get green, so I don't have hair. I can maybe do a tattoo on my forehead or something, I guess, but I'll do some kind of dragon thing. I don't mind as long as I can find a costume at Ed's place.
Okay.
Boy's place.
All right. Is it time for a roll call?
Who supported it?
Horvath.
Okay, so we need a roll call now. We've had discussion.
Bell.
Yes.
Barsha.
Yes.
Young.
Yes.
Burgess.
Yes.
Russo.
Yes.
Horvath.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
motion carries 7-0.
Thank you. Now we're on to reports and updates.
All right.
Executive Director.
Thank you. All right. First thing I want to talk about is I think it is time for the DDA board to conduct a reassessment of the priorities. As Lloyd mentioned, there are perhaps some different needs in downtown. And Lloyd has been hearing from his neighbors. I've been hearing from downtown businesses. It might be time for us to just look at it. And if we keep our priorities the same, that is fine. I just think that we need to take a look and officially say we're going to keep them or we're going to change them this way. And I would like to have that as a virtual meeting either on next Wednesday, May 20th at 10:30, or Thursday, May 21st at 5 o'clock. I'm trying to offer some options here that I think will work. And then also on that day, I would like to provide a draft of a reemergence and recovery plan that will be based on the My Safe Start plan provided by the state of Michigan. That kind of has some phases, and it's showing when different types of businesses can open and what kind of gatherings we can have. And I think that we can pretty much base an action or some policies based on what's been provided. So I'll send out an email. Could I have a show of hands maybe? Does May 20th at 10:30 work for anyone? Okay, what about May 21st at 5 o'clock? Okay, it kind of looks like later in the day is Thursday is better. Is everyone okay with Thursday at 5 o'clock? Raise a hand. All right. Okay, and we are, as part of that, we're sending out some surveys. We've got them started. They haven't been sent out yet, but that'll come back as feedback for all of you. The main question that I want to ask our businesses is, what is the one thing, besides cash, what is the one thing that you really, really need from the village or from the DDA? And I'm sure, I've been asking that question every time I talk to somebody, and I'm getting different answers. There doesn't seem to be a one thing, but I think it's a good question to ask, so we'll continue asking it. I wanted you to know that on packet page 31, it's part of my director's report. There is a memo from Oakland County regarding DDA support. And in a nutshell, what Dan Hunter is saying is, if you all come up with an idea that you want to do in order to support your businesses, as long as you're, kind of following guidelines and putting making sure there's a lawyer involved, but kind of following proper protocol, they're not going to fight us on whatever it is that we decide to do. And that memo has been published because all of us are collecting taxes, and we are considered part of the public entity, and thus our funds are considered public funds, and we have to be there are restrictions on what we do with public funds. So the county is saying, you make a case, we're not going to fight. And I just wanted you to know about that. And then on page 33 of the packet, also part of my director's report, there is a poster that has been designed by the county in partnership with their health department. And it's a message from our businesses to customers. These are the things that, yes, Debbie's holding it up. It looks very nice. So that's something that I was planning to have printed as posters for people to put up in their windows, and that would be distributed along with some welcome back kits with PPE products in them. I've discovered, I was hoping that we would be able to make a bid to purchase a bunch of this stuff, but it's not easy to get. And I think that us providing a starter kit of, less than 10 of anything, but a starter kit of some masks and gloves and hand sanitizer, and then also a list of where people can order locally if they want, or, they can figure out what they could do online. But I think that that's going to be more feasible for us than continuing to have it like a big stock of personal protection. I mean, I wanted it to be that we were really able to give everyone a lot of stuff, but I think that it would take too long to actually receive the products. So we're going to stick with where we are with the postcard and welcome back kits that are kind of small. Last, I wanted to point out to everybody that we do have a virtual flower fair going on. This is, as I said before, this is a partnership with On TV. I'm really excited about the plans that we've got. And Johnny created a sign-up form, and you can go to the Facebook Downtown Lake Orion Business Group page, and it's there. There's a link there as part of a newsletter. Where she explains a little bit more and gives some people some guidelines on exactly what you should be saying and talking about, and some suggestions. And then the schedule is actually for On TV to come out and do the filming. And Johnny, did you want to say anything more about the flower fair?
No, I think we got most of it. Right now, unfortunately, we have only 3 businesses. So go ahead and talk about that with your neighborhood business owner. Tell them it's going to be the best thing ever. And you should totally super duper be excited about it and totally super duper do it. Otherwise, I'll be sad and I won't stop at your store ever again. Just kidding.
Lloyd?
Can I ask which 3 businesses? I know we signed up. But what other 2 signed up? Can you tell me, or?
So we had a couple more, but there's just a lot of uncertainty going on with when businesses wanted to open. So we had 2 pull out. I can't tell you off the top of my head. I think it was you, Fork and Pint, and
Simply Marcella.
No.
Cookies and cream.
Cookies and cream was the 3rd one. So it's you 3 so far.
Hello, Elena.
You asking us to call some of the businesses, or you want us to say anything? Or?
Absolutely. If you're in contact with any business owners, absolutely. Get them excited. Tell them to check out the information. Tell them to sign up and do it. It's free promotion, by a trained camera crew. So why not?
Right.
And Johnny participating too.
And Fogler's, we're working with Fogler's. Hopefully they will be able to do some demonstrations and talk about the flowers that they have and the social distancing they're providing. So that'll be our flower aspect. And I'm excited for the flower fair. The virtual flower fair, this is the first time that, or this year right now, is the first time that On TV has been willing to openly promote products and businesses that sell products. In the past, it's been more, relational. Tell us about yourself. And it's been kind of the public TV aspect where they didn't want to openly promote the sale of any particular anything. So this is a change that they're reacting just like everybody else. They're reacting to the needs of our business community, and I'm very thankful that we have them as a partner, both because of our meetings and because of this virtual flower fair opportunity that we have.
Lloyd?
One other question. So, and maybe it was in there and I missed it. When would this air? When, because of course you don't want it to air until everybody's open, right? So.
Right. It's going to air May 29 and May 30.
Okay.
So right as you open.
So a business could still be part of it even though they're not open, right?
Yeah, the concept, you want to talk in, Jenny? Go ahead.
So we're really hoping that businesses, as well as promoting things that people can actually pick up while in store, they'll be promoting things that they can do that are delivery, that are curbside pickup, that are things that can be done like gift cards and they can pick them up when stores open. So there's a wide variety, even if a store come the beginning of June isn't fully open like they had pre-pandemic. So we're trying to give everybody a lot of different options for angles that they can tack in, or things that they can.
Yeah, I think it's a great idea. Okay. I get it.
All right. And then as part of the incentive to get people to watch, we are going to be giving away prizes throughout the show. And then Johnny is going to give each business a special keyword to use. And then when their customers mention the keyword, they get into a drawing. I think we were planning to do that hourly. Okay, we're still working with On TV to figure out how to do this, but we are doing giveaways in addition to the show. I'm so excited to see how this turns out. And for those brave businesses who have already signed up, thank you. Please tell your friends and have them join us. And that is all I have. Thank you very much.
So now we have reports and updates from our village manager.
Yeah, I sent Molly a note, but I didn't know if you were gonna talk about the M24 progress.
Oh,
in the banner.
okay, well, you can do that. You know what I forgot to mention though, is that the Slater Street parking lot, there has been a delivery of a pole, and then I got notice today that they would be installing the lights over there this week. So that's good news. But you have been participating in the weekly M24 meetings, so please go ahead.
All right. Well, just a quick update for you. As you may have noticed, they've been putting curb along the west side of M24 from Indianwood down to Golden Gate, and that's going along fine. And after it cures for a couple of days, we were told they're going to start milling the asphalt and paving the southbound lane. Meanwhile, they're reconstructing Indianwood. As you can see, you can't get through the post office area anymore, or the other side of Eva's there. So that's underway in the village. So they're moving along quite well, I think, at this point. The other thing I want to mention, we're hoping Friday to have a banner put across M24 that welcomes and encourages people to support the downtown businesses. So it should be interesting. Hopefully it'll go up. DTE is offered to help put this banner up for us. It's right by Greens Park. There's been banner poles there for a long time, never been used. So we're going to give it a whirl. So it'll be a 40-foot long banner 4 feet wide up there. So we'll see how that goes. The other thing I just want to share with you that, some big news, from the county. We just this last Friday got the updated tax increment finance tax capture for this year. And for the DDA, it's gone up 10%. Last year, our taxable value capture was 28 million and some odd. Now it's over 32 million, $32,523,000 tax capture, which means we'll be collecting over $750,000, which is $60,000 more than what we'd expected, assuming, of course, everybody pays their taxes. Because remember, the levy is that just that you send out the tax bills, but we only get paid what is actually paid out, particularly personal property. But anyway, the good news is we'll have funds available based on that 10% increase that could be used for such things as a downtown sound system, which could be significant if you want a good system. So that's all I have for now.
Thank you. We appreciate that. Other business and board member comments? Lloyd, can we start with you?
Sure. I think there was really only one thing I have left because we talked about everything I was curious about. One thing is, keeping the town really clean. I think we should really encourage the businesses that are down here when they see trash laying around, on the ground, pick it up and throw it away. The benches stay clean. I don't know if we have, anybody doing that. If that's something that the DPW has on their, of their to-do lists, just things like that, that I think it's really important that we really make sure that we make a really great presentation to customers when they are able to come back down here.
Matt?
No big comments, just glad to see that everyone's healthy. Hope everyone stays healthy and the businesses get back up and thriving as quickly as possible.
Thank you. Kristen?
No, I'm good. I have a sleeping baby, so.
Okay. Monica?
There you go. I love everything that we're doing. I love all the ideas. I think it's great. I think that we're here, we're supporting the town. So I'm excited. I'm excited for all the good things that we're doing. And that's it.
Good. Dr. Sam?
I agree with Monica. We have a lot of great ideas and things for businesses to get back and open up. After the shutdown, we start opening up. It'd be nice to see businesses getting back in order and kind of getting some trickle effect back in and get the economy going. Because I think people are ready to get out and start doing things in a really respectful and safe manner. So I've been blessed. I've been open and still kind of seeing patients on a half basis, but we're doing it safely and having a good time and looking forward to everybody else opening up so we can see people walking downtown. They have the action downtown, so I'm looking forward to that. So, but I'm glad everybody's healthy and safe, and I plan on being safe as well.
It's good to see everybody, and I think that we're very fortunate that we have a community that cares about the success of one another. So I feel fortunate that I can be a part of that. I just want to remind everybody of the next regular meeting, which is June 9th, 2020 at 6:30 p.m., either in person or virtual. And then don't forget, Thursday, May 21st at 5 o'clock, which will be our priority meeting. And at this time, it is 4:03 p.m. and we'll have our adjournment. Susan, do we have to have a roll call for that? Oh. Molly, you have everybody muted.
I think Susan's available.
Here we go.
I don't have any control. They don't trust me.
Debbie, there are some comments in the chat box that Kristen can read.
Okay. She's muted.
I see no comments.
Oh, okay, so I will read it then. These are from Joe Young. He was
Already
prompting
commented.
me to, yeah, he already made these comments. Just trying to make me look smart and have me say the comments, but I missed it. So. Okay, Lloyd, what was your comment? Because I had a comment on your comment before we leave.
About keeping the town.
Clean up downtown.
Oh, okay. So I wanted you to know, everybody, that Susan Bussam, our beautification summer person, is back on the job. And Darby McAvely, our master gardener, she has replanted our urns. And I hear they're beautiful. And I will let her know that, I agree with you, the downtown business owners can keep their storefronts shiny and bright. But she's also working hard to get everything ready for the summer.
I got parked. This is Elena. Sorry, I got parked. I got parked so I can participate a little bit. I'm sorry. I just had one comment on Lloyd's comment about the trash downtown. And I did call Joe Young, I think it was last Friday night or the Friday night before. The trash, all the public trash by us was overflowing by Friday night, which when we went and we emptied it, and we were so excited at what we saw because it was all takeout containers from our restaurants downtown. And what people are doing is they are going and getting their takeout and they're not going home. They don't want to go home. They want to sit outside at our picnic tables and eat, which is wonderful. So I just thought maybe we should look into some additional trash cans maybe for people, since this is clearly the norm of what they want to do. And then also look at some additional outdoor seating around downtown too.
Molly?
Thank you, Elena, for the feedback. Yes, this is why I was suggesting that we call a priorities meeting and that we reassess what our priorities might be. And Elena, the guys were putting more garbage cans down there this weekend. Did that make a difference?
No, we didn't do that.
Oh, you didn't? Oh.
No, because I was monitoring and I emptied them the Saturday before. And the cardboard ones you don't want to put out because they won't stand up. But I did check it, and of course it was a lot colder this past weekend. So there wasn't as much use. But we will be ready this weekend. The problem was the guys emptied them on Thursday. They didn't empty them on Friday that week before. But they're usually empty on Mondays or Fridays and Mondays. But we're going to be monitoring on the weekends. And if we think we can relocate some, well, hopefully that'll be the case. But we're being monitored now every day.
Thank you, Joe, and I appreciate that. And like I said, I was excited at what we saw in the trash can.
Yeah, that's great.
So, and I'm really glad that you're doing another priorities, a meeting to look at the DDA's priorities. I think that's really wise. Everybody's world has been flipped upside down, and everything, should be looked at. At the Rochester Regional Chamber, we immediately redid our budget, redid our entire event calendar for the year. All of our priorities have shifted. Yeah, they have to. So thank you. We appreciate you guys.
Likewise.
Kristen?
We do have some chat comments now from James about renting tables and chairs for busy weekends. And we could also get extra cardboard bins for the weekends from GFL.
Right, and we have some of those available. We need to figure out how to get them to not blow away, because during events we can monitor them, but when we're I think that's our issue at the moment that we're trying to problem solve, right, Joe?
Well, James has got the answer. Put a
Yeah.
rock or a weight in it. No problem.
Oh, a brick. Okay. Excellent. All right. Thank you, James. Thanks for participating in our meeting.
Any other comments? Good. Okay, adjournment. Susan, do we need? Can we just
No,
adjourn?
No, you need a motion.
I'll move, we adjourn.
A second?
Support, back.
Now you can do a voice vote.
Voice vote, all those in favor.
All in favor?
All in favor?
Aye.
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 I think we got everybody, Susan. Any opposed?
We're good.
Good.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Thanks.
much.
Everybody.
Appreciate everybody's time.